This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd. President Donald Trump's physician, Sean Conley, says the president tested negative for the coronavirus. Trump had been in close proximity to a member of the Brazilian delegation who subsequently tested positive. As AP's Ben Thomas reports, the White House is now conducting temperature checks on anyone who is close to President Trump or Vice President Mike Pence.
They've had a little bit of activity, unfortunately.
Speaking to reporters at the White House Saturday, President Trump said he's also considering travel restrictions within the U.S.
And we're working with the states, and we are considering other restrictions.
The White House has stepped up precautions amid revelations that the president has had direct and indirect exposures to COVID-19.
I had my temperature taken coming into the room.
So did we.
You did? Good.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Those precautions include temperature checks.
Is your temperature normal, Mr. President?
Ben Thomas, Washington.
U.S. Vice President Mike Pence confirmed Saturday the United States is broadening its European travel ban by adding the United Kingdom and Ireland to its list. The vice president said Americans and green card holders would not be subject to the ban but would face screening when they get home.
Again, Americans in the UK or Ireland can come home. Legal residents can come home, but as the Secretary will detail, they will be funneled through specific airports and processed.
Earlier this week, the United States announced a 30-day ban on flights from the 26-nation Schengen area, the EU's border-free travel zone that does not include Britain and Ireland. France and Spain both took drastic measures Saturday to fight the coronavirus. France will close most shops, restaurants, and entertainment venues. Spain will quarantine most of its population. This is VOA News. 3 U.S. troops were injured, 2 of them seriously, in a rocket attack, against Camp Taji north of Baghdad on Saturday. As Edward Uranian reports, it is the second such attack on the camp this week.
Saturday's attack was the second on U.S. coalition forces at the Taji Air Base since Wednesday. It follows U.S. retaliation Friday on Iraqi targets, including several Shiite Hashd-Shabi bases, one mostly a Shiite police base, and the Karbala Air Base now under construction. Arab media says Iraqi security forces arrested the owner of the lot from which the rockets were fired into the Taji Air Base, along with Iraqi forces at a nearby checkpoint who saw the attack. Iraq's Joint Operations Command says personnel are still searching for the perpetrators. Edward Uranian for VOA News, Cairo.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said Saturday his country continues to prepare to host the Olympic Games in Tokyo this summer, despite widening concerns about the viability of the Games given the global coronavirus outbreak. Reuters' Soria Ali reports.
The announcement comes as countries around the world shut borders and cancelled public gatherings. The Tokyo 2020 torchlighting ceremony in ancient Olympia was already held without spectators. But Abe and his government have been adamant that the Olympics will go ahead. Speculations about a delay to the event, which is supposed to start in July, has grown since US President Donald Trump said organizers should consider a one-year postponement. Abe and Trump held a call after those comments, but the Japanese premier said they had not discussed a possible delay. Japan had 21 new coronavirus cases as of Saturday evening, bringing the country's total to over 1,440, according to public broadcaster NHK.
That's Soraya Ali. Meanwhile, a number of Asian countries are trying to prevent the virus from entering their borders, AP's Sarah Bassett reports.
From quarantining travelers from overseas to preventing people sneaking in with fevers, China and other parts of Asia are scrambling to stop the new coronavirus from coming back to where it first broke out. China, South Korea and Japan have announced expanded border controls that mimic many of the bans and restrictions placed on China in the early days of the outbreak. Despite not having enough for its own medical workers a few weeks ago, China is now donating supplies to Italy, Iran, and other affected areas. I'm Sarah Bassett.
For more, log on to our website, voanews.com. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.